Have you ever met an introvert? You must have noticed one thing about them. They're usually quiet, and you mistake that silence for their weakness. But after watching this video, you'll even think twice before speaking to any introvert. They're not just the quiet ones in the corner. Beneath that calm exterior lies a power that can leave people speechless. But trust me, introverts aren't just here to sit quietly and watch life pass by. They're playing a game that you don't even realize is happening. Here are shocking facts about introverts that reveal their true strength. Don't miss number 6. It's going to completely change the way you see introverts. Introverts are often mistaken for being shy or uninterested, but in reality, they're incredibly observant, while the extroverts are busy chatting, socializing, and sometimes even boasting about their achievements. Introverts are quietly gathering all the information they need. They're processing the body language, the subtle cues, and the energy of the room. They've already noticed that one person who's pretending to be your friend but has ulterior motives, or the awkward shift in behavior when someone's telling a lie. Their silence isn't a lack of involvement. It's a method of gathering intelligence. Imagine being in a meeting and seeing an introvert silently watching the room. You might think they're zoning out, but in reality, they're building a mental map of every person's strengths, weaknesses, and behavior patterns. When the time comes, they know exactly how to approach a situation, who to trust, and how to use their words with surgical precision. They've been playing the game from the shadows, and when they finally speak, it's like a bombshell. Their quietness isn't weakness, it's power. While most people dread the thought of being alone, introverts are like sharks in water when they're left alone. Solitude is their sanctuary, where they recharge, reflect, and develop. But the real power of solitude lies in the fact that introverts don't just sit around idly. They create. In their alone time, they read, learn, plan, and strategize. Some of the most visionary leaders, writers, and innovators were introverts who spent years honing their craft in solitude. When the world's noise fades away, introverts dive deep into their passions and projects, developing skills that can take years to perfect. Think about Elon Musk, who often talks about spending long nights working alone to develop ideas that would eventually change the world. Bill Gates spent countless hours reading and reflecting in solitude to develop the mindset that made him one of the wealthiest men in history. Introverts don't just waste time, they use it to sharpen their minds and refine their ideas. And when they emerge from their quiet corner, they're ready to execute a plan with laser focus. If there's one thing introverts understand well, it's the power of silence. While extroverts may fill a conversation with noise and chatter, introverts are more selective. They don't need to dominate every conversation or have the loudest voice in the room to be heard. In fact, the less they speak, the more impact their words have. Imagine this: when an introvert speaks, the room goes quiet. Their words are measured, thoughtful, and deliberate. They don't waste time on fluff, they get straight to the point, and when they do, everyone listens. Why does this work? It's because their silence builds anticipation. People begin to realize that the quieter someone is, the more likely it is that what they say will be profound or insightful. This makes introverts extremely persuasive. They don't need to argue their point. They can simply drop one powerful statement that shifts the entire conversation. Think about the most memorable speeches you've heard. Many introverted leaders, like Steve Jobs, would captivate audiences not with loud speeches, but with quiet, intentional words that resonate deeply. That's the secret of the introverted communicator. They speak less, but when they do, it's impossible to ignore them. Introverts are natural lie detectors. How? Because they spend so much time observing and analyzing behavior, they develop an acute sense for authenticity. When they meet someone, they're not just hearing the words, they're watching the body language, tone, and inconsistencies in what people say. They pick up on the smallest details, like a smile that doesn't reach the eyes, or a shift in posture that signals discomfort. And unlike extroverts who may gloss over these signs, introverts will take mental notes and assess whether someone's actions match their words. This makes introverts incredibly difficult to deceive. They aren't easily swayed by charm or flashy personalities because they've learned how to see through the surface-level interactions. The danger here is that they often keep their conclusions to themselves, which can leave others in the dark. They don't feel the need to expose someone's true nature. They'll simply adjust their behavior accordingly, all while making you believe they trust you. Introverts are calculating like this, and they use their intuition to avoid manipulation before anyone even realizes there's a problem. Introverts are often underestimated, especially in social situations. People assume that because they're not speaking up or being the center of attention, they lack power or influence. But here's the twist. Introverts know exactly how to leverage their weaknesses into strengths. Their quiet demeanor is their secret weapon. While extroverts burn themselves out trying to get attention, introverts wait for the perfect moment to make their move, and it's usually at the most opportune time. They may be passive observers for a while, letting others take the lead. But the moment they choose to act, they do so with such precision and confidence that they completely change the game. They're often the ones who stay calm under pressure, come up with innovative solutions, or quietly excel in environments where others are failing. Introverts don't feel the need to prove themselves every day. They let their results do the talking, and when they step up to the plate, their impact is undeniable. One of the most underrated yet powerful traits of introverts is their ability to remain calm and composed, even in the most chaotic or emotionally charged situations. While others may lash out, lose their temper, or crumble under pressure, introverts stay steady, analyzing the situation before reacting. This emotional control makes them not only resilient, but also intimidating. Why? Because people can't read them. Introverts rarely wear their emotions on their sleeves. You won't know if they're frustrated, angry, or disappointed, and that unpredictability keeps people on edge. It's a strategic advantage. In negotiations, conflicts, or high-stress environments, introverts maintain their poker face and think several steps ahead. While others are reacting impulsively, introverts are formulating the perfect response, one that's calm, precise, and often disarming. Their emotional control also gives them a unique ability to influence others. So the next time you see an introvert sitting quietly in the corner, don't be fooled. They're not just watching the world go by. They're quietly observing, analyzing, and plotting their next move. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more content that uncovers the hidden truths of human nature. See you soon.